something happened, I was like, wow, that's still happening now. Like, they just not calling us niggas to our face, but it's still happening.
Yo, what?
Okay,
we are the same place we've been back in the day when they were doing blackface and all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, I think it was just more obvious. So, you know, you really decided if you wanted to do it or not, and you were like, wow, he's selling out, boom, boom. But now you have so much reality TV and so much shit going on the TV, and it's like the people on TV don't even notice why they're there.
I wish we weren't portrayed in these ways, but it's not people that portray us, it's the way we portray ourselves. And I don't think they think as deeply as the way they're portrayed. They're just like, screw this is about to give me some money.
I think it's like double-sided. Like I feel as though we have come a long way. Like there's a lot more people like publicizing in areas of power or like influence than probably like back in the day. It wasn't as publicized, but as far as like our people, like we tend to do things that kind of like cloud that. Like for every positive thing that happens, like there might be 2 or 3 negative things that happen that might just make that positive thing a little bit more duller.
I think we've come a long way, but we are missing the mark big time. I remember reading the memoir of Sidney Poitier, I can't remember the name, I think it was called The Measure of a Man, and he talked about this idea that being one of the first African-American actors in Hollywood, how you would get offered to play different characters, different roles, and he said, but he would not play any role that he thought demeaned or demonized his people. Clearly we understood where we were at that time in history. This idea that it's not just about my career, but I'm coming and I'm giving the image of a whole people, African-American people of African descent.
I mean, when you look at reality shows, and reality TV is dominating, like it dominates, sadly. I mean, just a moment of silence for that, like.
All this stuff has happened, we've done all these different things, and yet we're still on the housewives fighting about, I don't even know, absolutely nothing. Like we're still, just women in general, especially just at all these shows, Bad Girls Club, all these women of color, Latino women, we just all over the place fighting, pulling out hair, doing all this stuff.
You got Love and Hip Hop, you got all these things that people are looking at and watching. But I guarantee almost everybody really watching it is on some like, yo, what the fuck are they doing, dog? Like, why are you even doing this shit? This shit's fake, it's staged, and you have they all happen to be black or a minority.
Check out Nene Leakes. She's on the cover of Ebony, their power issue, because she capitalized off this buffoonery and buffoonery. I mean, I don't know her personally. I don't know if she's really crazy or nuts or foolish, but it's like, you gotta make money to hell with it, you have to make money. So unfortunately, it's coming at a cost. I don't watch it, so I know if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's what I'm doing, I'm not watching it.
What's going on in reality TV now, I don't know what happened. Real Housewives, Basketball Wives, I don't remember the name of these shows, but it's this image of seeing black women limited and just degraded to just beasts almost, who just fight, bicker, live off of rich men. It's not a good image. I don't support it.
Like just when you're watching that, like me and Dingo fighting Django, I was like, damn, they still doing that to us. It's just not, it's gruesome. We're not killing each other on TV, but they still sit back at home and make us fight. Basically, the producers are making us fight. So.
It's the producers that push it and make it a certain way, and that's all we're doing, fighting. Tahiri throwing over the joint, like over bullshit. You know what I mean? Love and Hip Hop, you got the, whenever they go out to eat, there's only like 2 waters and like 4 people in the back. Like,
like with such a heavy focus on the economy, your main priority is to make money, and you will do it by any means possible. Unfortunately, it has such a terrible way. Like, there are plenty of white people out there making a fool of themselves, but we, you know, the most devastating to look at is of our own making fools of themselves.
Don't get me wrong, like we've definitely, the Obamas, I feel like, have definitely helped that cause. I mean, you do see it changing. I mean, Kerry Washington on a show like Scandalous is an African-American woman she has a starring role in like this #1, primetime show.
Out of all of these shows that show us living not the real life, I know a lot of women in Atlanta who don't reflect what I see on TV. None of these shows are on BET. But I don't hear that outcry of let's ban, let's boycott this. But I do respect the fact that BET is not a part of it. That BET actually started showing rules again. We can do much better.
I feel as though black people, like now, like we have to continue being positive and not try to drag each other down as much. And I think it will only get bigger and better.